So, hello everyone, time for Winter Anime 2022, guys. Hello everyone again, Myrmonden here. The first Winter Anime, right? The real first Winter Anime. Surprisingly, in my opinion, because usually Winter Anime or any season starts like Sunday or Saturday, so you would think kind of had something starting. I guess Demon Slayer was still kind of ongoing, but you know, was still there, right? But anyway, here we are, finally, Winter Anime on a Wednesday, and we have. I'm gonna watch 2 animes today, maybe 3. Orient, I'm thinking about. Looks okay, like a shonen anime. But the one I wanna watch now then, here is Cop in a Koban, or Police in a Box, or whatever you call it. Yeah, so this is a Madhouse show. Of course, Madhouse, very famous, right? And yeah, the first impression, right, reviewing of this anime here. And why? Well, I kind of like these shows, you know. I like this kind of seinen, a little more mature jokes, right? A little more kind of work jokes and so on. Of course, one of my absolute favorite anime of all time, which of course reacted to reviews and so on, right, is Tonigawa, right? Tonigawa Middle Manager, also from, of course, Madhouse, which is the spin-off of Kadi, right? So, yeah, I like the shows. Do I think it's gonna be on Tonigawa level? I doubt that. I mean, Tonigawa, of course, written by the same person than Kadi, etc., right? And, yeah, that's like the best anime ever. Kadi is, I still think, arguably the best anime in history, right? So, you know. So yeah, so I don't think it's gonna be at Tonigawa level, but you know, I think it's gonna be something in that direction, right? This copy in the Koban thing, it also has a live action, so right. So I mean, it's probably pretty popular. And I'll say one thing here before we start. As always, right? New anime season and so on. It's a little confusing when animes are out or whatever, right? So because when I looked at the live schedule and so on, when I planned this day earlier, yesterday, I thought it was gonna be this new, what's it called, Land of Ledale, which is gonna come today. That was supposed to air the first today, but I see the Orient is out now, and this anime is out, Cop in a Box. These two are out first, so that's just how it is, guys. You know, that's usually how this is the first 1-2 weeks of every season, right? Like they change the schedule. Maybe sometimes it's because you read it on some site, and then it's like, well, actually, yes, it does air at like 1 o'clock in, I don't know, Indonesia or something, right? Or yeah, so whatever. But we start here, then it first out, Copy and Koban, and then maybe then Orient. But I think that Land of Ledale looks, this is interesting, right? It looks like an isekai basically, virtual reality, but you know, basically stuck in a game kind of thing. So basically isekai. But now then, comedy, grown-up comedy. Of course, I'm an anime only. I know that the premise basically is, you know, young female cop, right? And then she's gonna have some, I believe she's gonna, I don't know, meet a new either partner or I guess the chief of the box or whatever, right? And she's gonna be a badass woman. She's gonna be like, oh my god, I wanna be like her or something. So let's watch it again. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh, it's my sound's off. Okay, it's opening immediately. Yeah, so there's 2 cute cop girls, right? Nice, an ass. Yeah, and immediately focus for butts. Yes, it's anime! It's cop animes with girls, so we have to focus on the buttocks. So I guess, good opening. No one knows anime. It wasn't that much. There was one scene there with her, zoomed in on her, you know, her stuff there. Yeah, like, okay. Yeah, but it's clearly about these 2 female cops, right? You see the same in the live action, so on. There are 2 main girls. It feels to me like the main girl is gonna be really short. She's clearly shorter than her senpai, right? That's with the longer hair. Yeah, she's clearly shorter than her, and you know, not to be that, not a stereotype, but I feel that usually, yeah, kind of short. I don't know. This girl looks really short. I'm just saying. See if I'm right, but I'm just thinking that for example, one of my, I would say favorite movies, but the movie I really like is Zootopia, right? You know, we have, you know, Judy Hopps, right? The tiny little rabbit or hare, I guess, whatever. Yeah, you know, really tiny cop girl, right there. I'm just throwing it out there. I can imagine that being, you know, part of the storyline that she's super short, right? Because she's clearly shorter than this criminal guy's noting here. Yeah, but she's clearly like 2 heads shorter than the criminal guy. So again, I'm just dropping my theory here that it's probably some storyline that, you know, she's like bullied and short, right? With the Judy Hopps on her. That would be my guess. Well, here we go. I guess it's the first day. It's coming in here to the office. What a babe! See? Yeah, it's love at first sight here. See? She's like the greatest female cop ever. Yeah, see? See? So beautiful! I wanna be like her, but I think she's more impressed by her beauty than her being a good cop. That it's more like, it sounds more like she's impressed by her how attractive she is than that, you know, that she necessarily is like a good cop, right? But she probably is an amazing cop as well, though. But okay, it's a flashback on how she decided to be a cop, I guess. Yeah, like, you know, she's in school and so on. Of course, she grew up with this like, oh, these badass cop movies, you know, and yeah, of course she's gonna be like, I wanna be like those people, right? Of course, she grew up with badass cops and like, you know, classic action movies. It's like, that's my dream, die harding it, yeah. I gotta go Bruce Willis on them, climb in a skyscraper and be all like, you know, yeah, I can't say that thing, but yeah, you know, and so on. Yeah, I wanna be a cop. I wanna be in badass action movies. Okay, so the first patrol. No? Let's go with her. So here we go. The first day at the office with her new idol, I guess we call it. No, but she's clearly like immediately in love with her partner, right? She's just like, oh my god, she's so beautiful and smart and intelligent, and god, she's so pretty. I feel that the crimes are probably gonna be like this, right? Yeah, the crimes are probably on this level, right? She's so beautiful, yeah, of course. Oh, you got the senpai! Of course! Yeah, she's so helpful and beautiful, and everyone is like, oh, thank you, yes, yes. Okay, but he's a criminal, I guess, yeah. Yeah, she's like, let's come to the Koban. Yeah, it's like, she's clearly unintelligent. She's clearly like a manipulative bastard. I love it, yeah! She's a kind of manipulative bastard. She's like, oh, you wanna get to the Koban with me? Sir! Yeah, she clearly like, what do you have in this backpack here? Those guys were back here very fast, eh? Yeah, he was probably selling something, yeah, come on. They were like, oh, yeah. No, but she was clearly testing on filling up his backpack, right? She's like, oh, you're selling something illegal, eh? Yeah. Okay, so she's clearly a super genius. He's a kind of manipulative super cop. And of course she doesn't get it. Then the new girl's gonna be like, oh, he fell down on an accident, right? But no, she clearly noticed something in his backpack. Yeah, but no, she's some kind of super, I guess, detective or something. Bloodhound main character. Or I guess, side main character. Interesting. No, I do like that she was nice to him and was like, why don't you come with me? Yeah, it's like, I will help you. It's like, okay. I just can't wait for people to play this anime. Not to be that guy, because I know I have a lot. Most of my watchers, of course, on this channel, and my own channel too, right? Most of my channels, because on YouTube itself, right, is in America. So not be that guy, but I know how you people are in America when it comes to cops, right? No, but I just can't wait for people to be like, oh, this anime is horrible. How can they make an anime about a manipulative female cop? What's wrong with the Japanese? You know, I just can't wait for someone to be like, this anime shouldn't be allowed to be something. It's kind of like Astral Chain, right? Great game, Astral Chain. For Platinum games, yeah. People complain about that game, right? Oh, how can they make a video game with heroic cops, right? You're like, yeah, because in Japan, people actually like the cops. So they could, like, yeah, you know, maybe broaden your horizon a bit. I'm not saying people watching my channel, I think you probably get it. But I just can't wait, you know. It's gonna be someone writing an article about the anime. Certainly. Someone's gonna tweet about this anime and be like, look at this anime, it's evil, it's trying to, you know, make cops be good guys or whatever. Yeah, I just can't wait for someone to write an article about how, look at this thing here, yeah. Exactly, see? Someone's gonna be all like, look at this, trying to like humanize cops ladies. Oh my god, right? Yeah, this kawaii cop girl? Oh, no. Well, clearly the old man is probably useless. Classic anime. Come on, he's some kind of half-ass retired old man guy that no one trusts, right? Come on. And she's super serious, clearly. Yeah, come on. She's a super deadly serious cop lady. Exactly. She's the hard ass. She looks all nice, but actually is a complete hard ass. Clearly best girl in anime. Ah, come on. She's clearly the best girl in anime. Easily. Well, there probably aren't too many female characters still, but still though. Put no pressure on a new girl. Huh. Yeah. What about the new girl, man? I guess she's gonna teach her some moves now, I feel. But yeah, like, you can do it, right? Yeah, she looks really mean, actually, yeah. Like, she's all, you know, I guess she's all like justice no matter what, right? We fit in One Piece. It's a One Piece Marine character. Yeah, she's a kind of Akainu character. She's like, oh, I trust my little choir. Make him turn the fruit. You know, it's kind of like that, right? Yeah, so, oh, this great girl. But this guy bastard. Okay, so this guy looked like a criminal in the opening, but I guess he's like undercover, maybe? Maybe? No? Was he the lawyer? If he's a lawyer, make more something about it. No. Well, he's like... Okay, yeah. You're talking to my client before I... Yeah, it makes more sense what I was saying. Take him to the list. Yeah, arrest him. Yeah, she like seduced him and made him tell the truth or something. She's a weird woman using her female list or something, yeah. Her female skills and her manipulative techniques and hard ass too. That's why the opening was on her ass, of course, because she's on hard ass, yeah. I get it now. She definitely gonna stick up her ass though, that's for sure, because it's very like, talking about the kids, she was like, Kodamos! Yeah, I mean, she's definitely very like, these are the rules, right? She's, yeah, very ordersome lady. And she's crying here. He was angry at her. Yeah. But she is more like summoning the Dark Lord instead. Yeah, but I love it. I mean, the main girls are crying because he was mean to her, right? And this she instead is like, I will kill him next time, yeah! Then they have a great duo. One of them is crying, oh, he was so mean! And she's like, next time I will cut his bastard. And she's sitting there like, revenge! So, they're very different. They're heaven and hell, I guess, these two girls. Stupid boys, dumb shorts. A good point, but you kind of like society sandbag, you know, you gotta take it, right? Yeah, people are gonna insult us and so on. It's gotta deal with it, you know? People are always gonna be like, but certainly to some extent, because like cops and unfortunately other things like firemen and so on are seen as like, you know, the government and the state, right? So certainly become the sandbag of people's anger or whatever. But in Japan it's more like it's insults. Going other countries it's the worst, I think, but Maybe it's just a flashback now when she actually got saved by cop or something. Because previously it was kind of like... Oh, someone jumped in front of the car. When her father got 15,000 yen in a fine, I guess. Yeah. That force us very Japan though. Yeah, Japan is very like a lot of rules, bureaucracy. So even if someone jumps in your car, you might get issues for it. Therefore, there's bad side of Japan, honestly, very, very, very Japanese. Like you get some issues. An old lady, okay. Driving a bike. But I mean, as I said, I like the system heavy Japan over the Kobans. It's like your local cop, right? Kind of like the Koban is a little box, as I call it, the cop in a box, right? And it's a little bit like, yeah, like a cop place per region or per district or whatever, right? So you have these local cops, right, to kind of take care of the neighborhood. But she, you know, she reminds me of, think about it. She reminds me of Onishan, of course. Yeah, she reminds me of Onishan. She's trying to be all nice. The old lady is like, "Oh, you're driving this way," and she's like, "Oh yes, nice old lady." Yeah, and then immediately she's like, "Oh," and she has this evil inside of her, right? It's very much like Onishan in Daily Life with Onishan, yeah. He's talking to his kids, right? And then internally he's like, "I hate children." He tells him in their face though, eventually, but you know, yeah, she's kind of like that, yeah. She's all these like gloomy ideas all the time. Well, I guess her dad got like quite drunk or something after the accident. Yeah, I guess dad got issues right after that. I suppose so. Yeah, I guess so. CDI car. You definitely see it more and more in that. It's not that funny, but I'm just... you definitely see that more and more in anime, right? Like last season in a lot of animes too, right? You see a lot of this CDI used for like a car or in the background, like here a car against CDI. Yeah, I think it's become very, very common in modern animes the last 3-4 years or so. That they kind of throw in CDI here for many different random items, right? Like the wheel there is CDI and so on. The spinning the wheels like CDI and so on. Okay, classic. You gotta go to school now and give them some lessons. Yeah. You gotta go to school, right? And give them some life advices. Pretty cool, ladies. Yeah. This is so cool. Those ladies are too beautiful. Yeah, getting those children respect here. Okay, how can I handle this question? You asked me about rules. It's too hard for me. I think she's gonna have some kind of weird answer, right? She's like, how cute. Let me explain to you how the world works. Yeah, so. Okay, she's like, it's fine being children, right? I guess she has like a soft heart for children, I guess. Yeah, she's like, it's fine being kids, right? I'm going back to this guy all the time. Her one and only criminal she ever met, it feels like. She only has one experience, I guess. It's like her first week on the job or something. She only has one criminal she met, I guess. It's true. I was afraid of Marisha, but she was like... Yeah, but she also scared me in integration. She's clearly a bad cop, though, yeah. She also scared me, but she was like trying to punch him or something, but okay. Honestly, I can really see people writing evil, angry tweets about anime. Oh no, it's an anime making fun of a woman, trying to punch a guy and something. Yeah, it's like, come on. Yeah, his life's still sad now, of course. All the old ladies hates him and so on. It's a very like meaningful anime, teaching about prejudgment and should so on. So definitely one of these, like, how say it, morale animes, right? Yeah, morale animes. No, but it's just one of the reasons why they make a live action and so on. It's not only because it's good or bad, but maybe, honestly, a little bit in the Japanese setting, they might be like, this is a pretty good, educational anime, yeah, because they're like, this is good for people to watch anime, It's like good to learn the law, right? Yeah, it's like, I can see it being one of these animes where they're like, oh, it's good for, people to kind of, yeah, as get into the system, right? Do they live together? They might not live together, but they might live in the same apartment complex. Because they probably... Or maybe they do live together. But... Oh, is that? Is he a drunk? I guess he's not drunk anymore though. He looks pretty fine now though. Okay, he's a drunk. Sorry, he's a drunk still. But maybe it's less of a drunk now. Maybe. But I'm just wondering if they live together or... Not live together, but like... It's pretty common in Japan that you get your apartment, right, from your work. If you work at like as a fireman, as a cop or so on, you might get like an apartment, right, close to the Koban. It's not unheard of. So I could see them being like neighbors, right, because they work in the same Koban. So that's what I was thinking. But that might be how it is. But or they maybe they're roommates. Oh, it's about mom. Yeah, money issues with mom. Or his wife then, but her mom, yeah. Yeah, this is a very mature anime. Here comes her dad and is like, sorry honey, I need to borrow money from your daughter and so on. Yeah, it's like, definitely it's not like, like a shonen anime where they have this, how say it, they might have to fight to death, right? But this is much more like a, yeah, grown-up anime, right? Oh, here comes her dad and it's like, oh, please, honey, I can't pay my rent because I lost my money on my alcohol and your mom's angry at me. She's gonna divorce me. You need to help me to pay the rent or something, right? Or whatever, or my debt or whatever. You get the point. Definitely said that, right? Where, yeah, the main character is like, oh shit, my dad has these issues as well. So that in that aspect, it really feels like a seinen show right now, right? Yeah, why are we still drinking then if you're lots of money and so on? It's like, come on, you can't ask for a favor if you're not drunk or something else. Like, but you're an idiot. But now it's gonna give me some meaningful and he was doing to protect her. It's gonna be one of these like, oh no, honey, I did this thing when you were a kid to protect you from an accident or something. It's gonna be one of these classic, yeah, protect you from the death and mom and so on, and the sad, Give him a little more of, a little redeeming end there. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. See you tomorrow. As he wondered if she lived next to her though. Will that be determined? I don't know. I still wonder if she lived next door, but no, we didn't see that. Damn it. I'm still wondering if they live if the neighbors. No, but I usually like that idea. this review is gonna be me talking about how much I like Japan. No, but she's giving another man the same kind of build basically her dad got. Yeah. Yeah, shut up, pig! Yeah, it's like... he calls us pigs! Classic! Okay, but now she's enjoying it instead, yeah. He called us buttas! That was fun, classic insult! Yeah, no, she's enjoying it instead. Yeah, what a lame insult, yeah. Now she's like laughing at their insults, okay. I guess she grown up a little bit there. Here goes the ending. That's a cute little ending with her in a fishing gear or something? Maybe gym gear. Yeah, it's like casual clothing, cute cop girls. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Them in different cute clothings. in the ending. Oh, yeah, more! It's just only! The whole ending is to only be them in cute. Now there's a like, cute little ribbon and so on. And I don't know, some... What is that? No, I guess whisk, I guess. Maybe her one too. Yeah, some kind of baseball outfits. Yeah, so the ending is just like a very... Now they do some weird shopping dance movies. Cute ending that feels kind of not for the enemies. Now what I like is an anime is where the ending seems really at least for episode 1 here, the ending seems to have nothing to do with the anime, right? Yeah, now they're like in bikinis with the water guns. Yeah, it's like... The ending seems to have nothing to do at all with the actual anime. Except, of course, it's these two main cop girls, but... I mean, the anime doesn't seem to have them at all doing anything of this stuff, right? Like out fighting in a beach episode or something, like some kind of bikini war in a beach episode, some kind of Jet Girls episode. You know, like it's... The ending seems to be completely like... sorry, I said completely detached from the actual anime. But I think it's pretty cute, right? I like that. One of my favorite part of that for that reason is Bleach, right? Because only Tite Kubo is a good artist. He's just a good artist when it comes to like style and so on. And also he should be a fashion designer, right? But it's in that anime especially, they have some endings where you like see all the characters, you know, going and shopping on the street, and you're like, yeah, you see, yeah, they're coming in cool outfits. That looks really good. It's kind of that kind of ending, right? You see the girls being like, oh, bikinis, and you see them in like some kind of drinking whiskey in afternoon dressings, and yeah, there's just a lot of like cute little images of them in different sexy outfits. And it seems really detached, right? Again, from the actual anime, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, they're all like super, yeah, good, sexy girls in outfits. Doesn't really seem to relate at all to what I watched, but you know, okay. Where's the scene where she was all manipulative? That's a great scene where she was like, touch his backpack, and I was like, oh, I see you. Yeah, yeah, this was when the anime got good here. When she is like, she suddenly touched him and was like, you wanna come with me to the Koban? And of course the screen turned dark around them, right? And she's like, yeah? You wanna maybe come with me, old man? So, clearly, she's some kind of super detective, right? They can detect this stuff. Either he's in trouble or whatever, right? Or just detect that he's a criminal and so on. And she's clearly very manipulative. I like that, yeah. That she's pretending to be all nice. Oh, you fell down, man? What's in your backpack? Yeah, kind of like, and then she was punching me in the interrogation. So yeah, it's like, okay, she's like a very, you know, hardcore cop, right? I kept saying this thing, and I just couldn't help it. But I hope I'm right, of course. In a way, I guess I also can't hope I'm wrong, but honestly, I'll say it here again. I just feel really, really sure, right? That at least some random clickbait person, but probably more than that, right? Is gonna write articles complaining about this anime. Like, I used to see it happening, right? Like I mentioned earlier, not too much here, but Astro Chain, right, got a lot of heat, right, in the USA, in America, for no reason. Right? It's like futuristic cops fighting aliens. Like, Jesus Christ, yeah, that anime, that game, I mean, they're not even doing like normal crime, right? Like, they're fighting aliens with alien weaponry. It's like, you little shit, man. Like, they could have been anything. It could have been ninjas or whatever, right? Like, it's nothing to do with actual policemen, that anime. So this anime is actually worse in that sense, right? Because it actually is following two female cops, right? And one of them is clearly pretty, I won't say she's evil, but she's, you know, she's very, very lawful good, right? I think it's a Templar, right, I guess. In typical narrative aspect, in a trophy, whatever you want to like frame it as, I would call her a Templar Knight. So Templar Knight is that kind of character, right? That follows the law, to the extreme, right? No matter what, right? Like super lawful good. Which usually means you are, did you do evil stuff, right? It doesn't mean that you're lawful evil, but it's like, if you're extremely lawful good, you almost always do bad stuff, right? Because you're so obsessed with following the law, no matter the reason. And we can see it in many games and anime. And so on. Right? Usually a lawful good character to that extreme is like an angel character, right? That are so hell-bent on like, this is the rules, that I'm gonna kill everyone, right? That doesn't, follow the rules. It's still lawful good because they're following the rules, but take it to the extreme, right? And there's a very common, behavior of particularly the angels, right? So we see it in, for example, Supernatural is a good example of that, where the angels, spoiler here then, but the angels are willing to like kill all humans, right, with the rapture, just because they can do it. Because in Supernatural, they basically can stop the whole rapture and killing all humanity and that stuff, right? But the angels are like, but we wanna do the rapture. Like, why? We kill all humans. Yeah, but it's kind of like what God wanted, so let's do it, they're kind of like, yeah, but yeah, so the main characters are like, let's not kill all the humans. No, we wanna kill all the humans. Yeah, they're like, we wanna follow the plan, right? Yeah, no matter what the plan is. And you certainly see it in animes like Shaman King. It's going now, right? The remake. We have the angel kind of team in that anime, right? They also have similar behavior, like this is the rules, like we kill everyone, and so on. And so it's no surprise that you make an anime about a cop, right? Or two cops then, but yeah, a cop lady. And of course she's quite like a Templar Knight character, right? She's like, these are the rules, and she's very pissed off, and she gets angry at people and so on, right? Has a lot of like hidden, I'll say it, anger inside of her and so on. That obviously, at least from my comedic standpoint, that was the best part all the time. Seeing her getting angry at people, seeing her being like, oh, I'm gonna kill this guy. Yeah, I think that was more fun, right? Because she has this like very nice exterior. She's very friendly and very like, oh, let me help you. And it's like, oh, I'm gonna kick your ass next to her, yeah. And that's, it's like a snake personality. I think it's kind of funny, and it works pretty good in anime. But I say this thing, not to rant too much about my coworkers or whatever, but I have to say that, yeah, I mean, I honestly, that's why I kind of can see people also writing and being angry about anime, right? Because this kind of behavior, while it's kind of fun in anime, and I think she's definitely the best character from a comedic standpoint, in like reality, this kind of person definitely is a snake, right? Yeah, a little bit, right? Because they're kind of like just nice to you in your face, and immediately when you leave, you're like, screw that person, yeah. The way I also live my life, and you can obviously see my comments and my reasons, all right, I talk to people and so on, right, both in YouTube and Twitter and whatever, right, I'm always like just honest, right? I always think honest lasts the longest. So if I was a cop, I think I should just tell people. I would be like, you're a crime, yeah. I feel I would be way more just brutally honest with them, probably. I think I would be that kind of, that kind of cop. I would just tell people exactly why I'm doing it, so on. To some extent, of course. I wouldn't just immediately tell them my secret strategy or whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't do all this like fake pretend nice or whatever. I think I wouldn't do that. I would be civil, but I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, yes. I wouldn't be all this like, oh yes, you're so nice. Yeah, I wouldn't probably do that shit. That to me feels a little strange, right? But that's why it's a comedic, it kind of works. But honestly, in reality, it's kind of frustrating. You meet a cop that's all nice to you, and then as soon as you leave the room, they're completely opposite, right? It's kind of how she is, right? So yeah, comedy aspect works, but I can see people getting pissed off because, in reality, it's a quite an annoying personality to meet, right? Completely two-faced, right? Janus face, yeah. Completely two-faced personality trait. But I have to say this thing though. Maybe it gets better, right? One episode, you're just getting used to the characters and so on. But let's be honest here, right? You watch the reaction. It's the first impression, first episode, a little rougher than it usually is. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm thinking a bit, right? Like it wasn't that funny. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, right? Yeah. Like it's as you said. I'm just gonna be like just honest, right? I didn't find it that funny. Honestly, it felt very educational, right? And I joked about that, but I can see that being a reasoning why they actually would make it an anime and it would sell pretty good and make it a movie or a TV show or something, right? Because in Japan, they're very much like, oh, educational stuff, that's pretty good, yeah. So because it wasn't like terrible, but I didn't laugh that much either. And usually, as I say in many of my other reviews and reactions and so on, right? I think if anything, I have two very low threshold for two things, I think. as a reviewer and not just whatever for anime, but it's also true for TV shows or whatever. This is not just for anime. And that's horror stuff, right? I can watch like any horror movie and just like enjoy it even if it's really bad. Of course, then I am enjoying it because it is bad, right? You know what I mean? I always keep saying, yeah. So I can watch many horror. I've seen hundreds of horror movies, right? Live action, which I think that are most of them are really crappy. But it's kind of entertaining anyway. You know, I'm like, oh, so stupid, you know, yeah. So that's my lowest bar. My second lowest bar is easily comedy, right? I can watch any kind of American Pie spin-off, whatever, or you know, clone, whatever, and laugh at, right? I have a very low threshold for enjoying comedy. And so it wasn't like I hated this anime, but I didn't, you know. I mean, you obviously saw my reaction, right? Now we're doing the review for special party. Yeah, I didn't laugh that much, right? I didn't feel it was like laughing out loud kind of thing to it. As I mentioned in the beginning, right? I was thinking it's gonna be like reverse Shunigawa, right? Instead of being Yakuza, we're about to copy that, right? Something, but it wasn't that funny. Yeah, like there wasn't that many jokes. It felt very slow in its delivery and how it developed the character one. But maybe it's a lot better next episode, honestly, because this is still the first episode kind of introducing the character, right? Kind of teaching us how this the main character acts and her, you know, her senpai, best friend, idol girl, how she behaves and so on, right? In the end, she was a little more charming and being like, I call us buttas, it was kind of funny. So yeah, so I guess she's like a little more like that. But honestly, though, yeah. I'm a little, I don't know. Lack of words. No, I'm thinking, right, you know, first impression, right, recording this live, and I'm just thinking here. Like, it just wasn't that funny. Like, I would hope it gets a lot funnier in next episode, right? As I said there, because there are a lot of animes I dropped last season that I didn't think were, you know, good enough, right? And as I always keep saying, most animes I drop isn't because they are incredibly terrible, it's because they're boring, right? Yeah. If I watch an anime that I feel isn't super bad, because super bad is it's entertaining, right? Because it's so bad, or of course it's actually good anime. But this anime, from episode 1 only here, it feels to me that it's getting into that middle category, right? The kind of in a way the worst category, when it's like, oh, it's just kind of okay. It's mid, you know. It's like, yeah, it's not good enough to really care about it, to review it or whatever, or react to it. It's like, oh, it's really fun. Obviously, it's the first impression, so, you know, I usually do the first impression of almost every anime, right? Because I want to, you know, give my first impression. It's kind of one part of the channel, right? Done it for 2 years now, roughly, I think. Or 1 year at least. First impression on most animes, yeah. So that's just the thing, right? But it felt like it really lacked a lot of jokes, right? And I really mean that, because I've seen so many other animes where I felt that necessarily not better written animes or whatever, right? But it had so many more jokes. And this anime is supposed to be a comedy, clearly. Like, that's what Jan Ray said, seinen comedy. And I'm just like, yeah, isn't it? What else is the anime supposed to be? Educational? Like, it's a little bit like, what else is the selling point? Because the drama wasn't very strong either. Like, yeah, a little bit of her father, but that was very mediocre, so... I mean, slice of life comedy, yeah. And slice of life is one of my favorite genres, you know. I like a lot of these, especially cute girls done anime. No, but like, you know, one of my absolute favorite animes, for example, last year is Non Non Biar, right? That anime is a lot better than this anime. Don't get me wrong, this wasn't even close to Non Non Biar, I think a masterpiece. But it's kind of like that. I'm a little bit like, yeah, like it wasn't like terrible, but I just feel it was kind of boring. Nothing much happened for most minutes. So, I don't know. Leave a comment below, guys. What do you think? Watch next episode? I honestly feel like I do want to watch more, because it feels like it can be really funny. I feel it can do a lot of good jokes here with interaction between the characters and so on. I feel it can be funny. I mean, I don't see why it couldn't be funny, honestly, right? But this episode didn't have it at all. And it wasn't like they even was trying, but on the same time, I didn't feel that they were trying to really progress the main story that fast either. So, I don't know. Starting bad here, winter anime. Don't worry, we have the title coming on next someday as well. No, but yeah, this was pretty much like, honestly, right? I mean, I'm just gonna say, yeah, I feel I might drop it seriously at one episode, honestly. Which I tend not to do, right? So I probably watched this episode, guys, but I just don't know. It was just really... It didn't even try to be funny. And that's my last point here, I guess. And then think about it. It didn't even feel like it was trying, right? And what I mean with that is that it wasn't that it had jokes that didn't deliver. Okay, maybe a few, but it wasn't really like I felt it even had that many jokes, and I just didn't laugh at them. Maybe, but not really, because yes, it's like situational comedy, I suppose, but it wasn't really like going any mile extra on that, right? So it wasn't really like any funny moments happening. Maybe I just lost my touch on laughing, but I really don't think I done that, because I laugh at everyone always complained that I laugh too much, right? You know what I mean? People are always like, "Oh, this guy is crazy, man. He laughed for 20 minutes straight for a guitar. He has issues." You know what I mean? That's what I usually get, and now I'm just like, I barely laughed at this anime, right? And honestly, right? I think that is one thing that I feel that I'm known for, probably on YouTube especially, is that I, on these comedy animes, right, tuning out, that I can laugh the whole episode, right, almost. Like, and now I felt like, oh, I laughed a few times so she got secretly angry again, basically. Those were kind of the jokes, yeah, but nothing else was really like trying to make fun. Anyway, I think about it, but honestly, it was surprisingly not funny, and I don't feel like it filled out with anything else, right? It wasn't that the drama was amazing either, or the backstory wasn't very amazing. The backstory was like decent, but it wasn't like wow backstory, and it wasn't told that good either. Anyways, it wasn't like the backstory was like this amazing episode 1 to explain the main character or whatever, right? But anyway, that's the first impression. Pretty lackluster, and the first episode I watched this year. Yeah. I wish I had better news, right? Now then, instead, we're gonna watch what's called full name in Japanese? Ledale no Dachinite, in the land of Ledale. Just give me a few minutes break here, so you guys soon with Ledale, which is like an isekai kind of, right? It's not an isekai, it's like she's stuck in a virtual reality or whatever, playing a video game, but basically it's isekai inside of a fantasy world, right?